Our overhead shot now shows the field as they have formed up. They have crossed the start line. They are moving into the first turn. Watch the boats on the right. The yellow one is the York Heating and Air, driven by Mark Webber. He gets into the rooster tail of Terry Troxel, and the Zenetics, too, almost run over right there by Nate Brown in the Oh Boy Oberto. This would end the day for Mark Webber in the York Heating and Air, TJ. Their day never really got started.
Another look at this again. He really gets pinched on the inside, and it causes him to go airborne.
Now watch the green boat, Terry Troxel. He's holding his lane fine right here. He sees the white boat to his right turn in a little, so he will react to that and turn left a little right there, and this is where the trouble starts. Now Troxel is in on the buoy line. There is nowhere for Webber to go. He actually hit the entrance pin at the start of the turn. That wasn't a big factor, though. The boat was already airborne. This is a nasty crash. He goes through a couple of rooster tails, and now watch Nate Brown and the Oh Boy Oberto come by right there, and that's a great job of driving by Nate Brown to avoid running right over Mark Webber.
Not exactly sure if Nate Brown could even see Mark Webber as the boat landed upside down. And there you see Eric Steelau of the Simrad rescue crew helping Mark Webber out of the boat in the middle of the controversy.
So tell us how it looked from your seat. What happened?
Well, the Go Bowling just rolled over in front of me. It's either take his boat out or move over, and I tried to give Mark a lane, and obviously there wasn't one there.
Kind of an exciting start to your day.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, it's not the way to start a day at all. I mean, he's my brother-in-law, and I would never do that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You're going to have to talk to Go Bowling and find out what the problem is. He's got to find a lane. He's got to stay in it.
Michael, give us your view. What happened in turn one?
Well, they just got real tight down there. Me and Mark Evans both had some pretty decent starts, and he had me by about a boat length, and he kept on kind of crowding us over. And, you know, I knew as soon as we got to the entrance buoy, there wasn't going to be enough room for 3 boats going through there. I don't know whose fault it really was, but it was going to be tight.
Looking at a piece of Mark Webber's York Heating and Air boat in the canard of the U6, the Oh Boy Oberto boat. And, Steve, they would get that fixed and go on to win Heat 1A.
Almost taken out in the accident. The Oh Boy Oberto comes back and wins the restart. A great story.
So Nate Brown comes up with the first heat victory in Seattle, and Steve talked to him shortly thereafter. Well, and now the start for Heat 1B, and we got more controversy, Steve Montgomery, in turn 1.
Right in the center of your screen, the red boat, that, of course, is Miss Budweiser. Dave Villwalk, 2 boats to his left, 1 to his right, and he's going to run out of water right about here and come through a rooster tail, TJ. A very familiar sight if you think back to last week in the Tri-Cities.
Tri-Cities, Washington, the Budweiser boat suffered damage in the first turn of the first heat, and look at this, a snapped canard on the front of the Budweiser boat.
That wing is very critical to the driver in controlling the boat at high speed. Obviously, Villwalk had to be very careful here, and the crew would have their hands full now trying to give him back his race boat.
Greg Hopp would go on to win Heat 1B in the Zenetics. Meantime, there you see the snapped canard. Dave Villwalk was very unhappy.
Dave, what happened?
Harvey cut us off going into the first turn and, took the part of the boat off. It seems that this fuel rule is getting unsafe. It's everybody takes a whack at us and tries to run us over. It wasn't bad enough he had to jump the gun. He had to run us over, too.
Nothing you could do?
Nothing I could do. I was just trying to get out of the way and get out of trouble.
Villwalk upset.
Get it up now. I'm going to go tell Harvey.
No.
And there his crew chief, Mark Smith, trying to talk him out of it. But as you can see, Dave would make his way over to the dock where the Freddy's Club was in the pits to have a word with the owner, Jim Harvey.
Mark, a lot of discussing going on around you. What's your view on the whole deal?
Well, you know, Dave seems to be upset, feeling I didn't leave him room in the first turn. But my opinion going in, I felt there was room for 3 boats in there. And, I'm kind of surprised they said I jumped the gun because I didn't think I did. I thought I nailed it. But I don't know. We got to wait for everything to calm down and see what all comes about it.
So for the Budweiser crew, the task then became get that boat repaired as soon as possible. Keep in mind they were ousted last week on the Columbia River. And there is the damaged York Heating and Air